Talk school stuff! So as you might have seen from my last video, in mid-January I moved from the United States over to Scotland to do a study abroad semester. And let me tell you, apart from the first day, which is a whole nother story linked down below, the most intense form of culture shock I've been exposed to so far is the difference between American schooling and UK schooling. Don't get me wrong, I mean a lot of things here play to my culture shock. I mean, come on. Every countryside here looks like something from a movie, and the streets are cobblestoned, and like roundabouts and public transportation are everywhere here. And there's even a castle right smack in the middle of my host city. But even those things combined are nothing compared to the differences between the way an American university is run and a UK university is run. Don't believe me? Then let's take a look at my schedule from last semester at my home university. Alright, ready, set, go. Monday, work 10 to 11, class 11 to 2, work 2 to 3, clubs 9 to 10. Tuesdays, work 8 to 12, class 12 to 4, writing lessons 5 to 8. Wednesdays, work 10 to 11, class 11 to 2, work 2 to 6. Thursdays, work 8 to 12, class 12 to 4, night class 7 to 9. Fridays, work 8 to 9, class 11 to 2. And that's not even including homework. Now, my Scotland schedule. Mondays, class 10 to 11 and 4 to 5. Thursdays, class 9 to 11 and 2 to 4. And that's it. Seriously. But it doesn't even really end there. There are tons of differences between these two education systems. For example, there are so many different types of classes here at my Scottish university. Before this at home, I come from a small university, so I've only come in contact with about 3 different types of classes. There's class, regular old class, science labs for science majors, and workshop classes for us creative writing nerds. At my Scottish university, there's 5 different types of classes: lectures, seminars, tutorials, science labs, and workshops. Lectures are, well, we have them in the States, but they're like the bigger form of class in Scotland. It's where most of the material is taught. There's a lot of kids in there, and there's less of a chance of getting called on, but there's more readings to help you understand the material that's being taught that day. Most lectures here are around like an hour long. Seminars, on the other hand, take kids from lecture and split them into smaller groups. This allows for a more one-on-one experience with your professors and a chance to understand the material taught in lecture in a more in-depth and individualized way. Fun fact! Notice how I said professors instead of professor? In Scotland, it's totally normal to have multiple professors in the same department teaching one class. In fact, they almost take turns. Every other week it switches off or, something around that schedule. Anyway, seminars last for around 2 hours. Tutorials I can't really speak for because I don't have one this semester, but from what the other international kids have been telling me, it's kind of like a more self-guided learning experience and definitely more one-on-one than a seminar. And then of course labs and workshops are relatively the same. On a separate note, grades are drastically different here. In the UK school system, an A ranges between 100 and 70%, while failing is anything below a 40. And your final grade is based on 2 assignments for the entire semester. These assignments normally take the form of an essay or an exam around midterms and finals. Also, in order to get these 2 huge assignments done, we have an amazing amount of time to do it. In order to get these big assignments done, UK universities have what's called a reading period, which basically means we get a week off in February to prepare for midterms and basically the entire month of April off to prepare for finals. Meanwhile, college back in America is littered with projects and papers and assignments and presentations and readings and I digress. But another thing, if you step into an American college classroom, you're expected to have done the reading, written notes and pages of commentary, and be ready with quotes to write a paper by the end of the week. Here in Scotland, though, I literally had a moment where this happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and how are we doing today? Did everyone do the reading? All right, if you haven't read, don't worry, that is not a problem at all. Just maybe listen in really carefully to your other classmates having this discussion, and I hope if you find time in the future, you make time for this really engaging read. Do you see what I mean? This kind of casual, scholarly atmosphere is something so starkly different from the one I've grown up in. Like, I feel like so much of my schooling back in America has been like, go, go, go. Can I do blank better, faster, or more efficiently than others? To the point where education almost seems synonymous with competition, which certainly isn't a bad thing. I like pushing myself, both academically and professionally. And I feel like the American education system really helps keep me motivated and pushing forward. Simultaneously, I really enjoy getting the chance to explore and connect with my classmates, my professors, and the community here at my host city. And I really feel like the Scottish education system allows for more of that supportive learning environment and the time to actually do these things. And if we're saying stuff we like, it's so nice to get a good night's sleep 7 days a week. So, am I saying one is better than the other? No, not at all. But they're very, very different from each other, and I am so grateful to have the opportunity to experience them both. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go start my essays. Bye!